On our journey, we are assisted by inner teachers who illustrate the phases of the journey. We distinguish 12 of these inner teachers: the innocent, the orphan, the caregiver, the warrior, the seeker, the destroyer, the creator, the lover, the ruler, the magician, the fool, and the sage. Each teaches us something. Each is representative of a phase of the journey. The inner teachers are archetypes that have accompanied us since the beginning of time. We see them in the recurring images of art, literature, myth, and religion. We know they are archetypal because we can find them everywhere in the world at all times. Because these teachers are archetypal and exist as energy in the unconscious of all people everywhere, they are within and outside the individual soul. They live within us, but more importantly, we live within them. We can find them by looking within ourselves, watching dreams, fantasies, and how we perform our actions. Or in the outside world through myths, legends, art, literature, religion, astrology, or even the flight of birds, whatever. They give us an image of the hero's evolution. How we experience archetypes depends on our perspective. There are at least 5 different ways to explain what an archetype is. 1. Spiritual seekers can view archetypes as gods and goddesses encoded in the collective unconscious. 2. Philosophers and other rationalists, who generally distrust anything mystical, may view archetypes as paradigms or metaphors, as the invisible pattern in the mind that determines how we experience the world. Three. Scientists can compare archetypes to a hologram and their identification with other scientific processes. Just as archetypes, and therefore heroes, are within and outside of us, a whole hologram is contained within each of its parts. Through its understanding of how a hologram works, modern science has actually proven the validity of the ancient spiritual parallel of macrocosm and microcosm. Physicists learn about the smallest subatomic particles by examining the traces they leave behind. Psychology investigates what is going on with an individual's mind, often through their creations. They explore archetypes by examining their presence in art, literature, myth, and dreams. Carl Gustav Jung recognized that the archetypal images that repeatedly appeared in his patients' dreams could also be found in myths, legends, and the art of ancient peoples, as well as in contemporary art, literature, and religion. We know they are archetypal because they have left the same or comparable traces at different times and in different places. People for whom belief in a single God is important, and who feel uncomfortable engaging with gods and goddesses, can recognize the spiritual truth of monotheism through the pluralistic psychological truth of the archetypes. The God we mean when we speak of the one God transcends human imagination and naming. The archetypes can be compared to different facets of this God, accessible to the psyche as a numinous reality. However, some people are so attached to a monotheistic view that they have reduced their conception of God to a single archetypal image. They imagine God, for example, as an old man with a long white beard. Such people have inadvertently closed themselves off to a sense of numinous mystery that is deeper than any single image can convey. Early Christian monotheism also imagined a trinity to adequately express the truth of God. Many modern theologians place images of the feminine side of God alongside the traditional patriarchal pantheon of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Buddhism postulates a God who is divisible into the 40, 400, and 4,000 facets of this single deity. Each of these aspects has its own name and history. Thus, archetypes help us connect with the eternal. They make the great mysteries more accessible by providing us with many images for the mind to contemplate. Finally, people interested in human growth and development can view archetypes as guides on their journey. Each archetype that enters our lives brings with it a task, a lesson, and a gift. Together, they teach us how to live. And the best part is that all archetypes are within each of us. This means that we all carry the potential for wholeness within us. There is a light that shines beyond all things on earth, beyond the highest heaven, beyond all of us. It is the light that shines in our hearts,